Hello, my name is Boris Protorov. I'm the head of the press service of Roscoe Consulting and Audit Company. How can foreigners who have come to Russia register their children with migration authorities? What is the deadline for this? What documents are required to register a child? What to be informed? While legislators debate whether to allow migrants to reside in Russia with their families, most foreigners continue to bring their spouses and minor children to our country. According to the Russian law, the migrant children enter to the country accompanied by their parents or other legal guardians. No consent is required for their entry to the territory of Russia. Do children of foreigners need to be registered? Upon arrival, children of foreigners must register with their parents for migration purposes. This means notifying the local branch of the Ministry of Internal Affairs of the arrival of foreign citizens in Russia. Upon crossing the Russian border, foreigners receive and complete a migration card. Please note, there are no separate registration rules for minor children of migrants. The procedure is the same as for adults. Registration is different in that actions regarding children are carried out by their parents or other legal representatives. What benefits does registering children with migration authorities provide to a migrant? Automatic registration doesn't exist. Registering your children with migration authorities is the responsibility of every foreigner who arrives. Failure to comply with this procedure may result in deportation from Russia. A child's illegal presence in our country and lack of legal registration entails certain restrictions. Children will not be accepted into any kindergarten or school, clinics will refuse free care, and further integration into Russian life will be very difficult. At what address should a migrant's child be registered? A migrant child can be registered at their place of residence or at a place of stay. It's logical that minor children of foreigners are registered at the same address as their parents or other legal guardians. Incidentally, we discussed why Russia is tightening its immigration policy here. How to register a child at the place of residence? Registering a foreign child with the power of attorney is not permitted. Documents and applications will be accepted at the Ministry of Internal Affairs or multifunctional center. The most convenient way to register is through the Gosuslugi portal. To do this, foreigners must register on the website and have a verified account. The service catalog includes a section called Migration Registration. In the upper right corner, select the special box Services for Foreign Citizens, and then proceed to that section. The registration procedure is simple. Simply complete a pop-up application for residence registration, attach scanned documents, and then send it to all the appropriate agency. Afterward, a notification confirming payment on the state fee of 420 rubles will be sent to your personal account on the Gosuslugi website. An invitation to an appointment with the local branch of the Ministry of Internal Affairs will also be sent. To this appointment, the migrant must bring the original scanned documents with them. How to register a child at the place of stay? Registration at the place of stay has an important distinction. A legal entity cannot act as the host. This means that a foreign child cannot be registered at the address of the employer organization. Children can only be registered at residential premises based on a notice from the owner or with a lease agreement for the premises. All documents must confirm that the child resides with the parent at the specified address. Are you facing immigration issues? Roscoe's team of experienced lawyers can help you obtain a visa, residence permit, or citizenship. We guarantee legal support, a personalized approach, and confidentiality. Trust our experts. Use promo code VIDEOROSCA for a 15% of discount. See all contact information in the description. Don't delay. Act now. What documents do you need to collect for registration? To register, passport and personal information of all owners will be required if the migrant is not registered in their own house, apartment or room. Authorities will require the migrant's foreign passport and the proof of residence, that is, a residence permit or resident permit including for educational purposes. A title deed to the residential property where the child is being registered will be required if the title is not registered with Rosregister. If the child is not being registered in the migrant's own home, a document establishing the grounds for providing the housing is required. This could be a short-term lease or rental agreement. The list of documents required for registration also includes the child's foreign passport or birth certificate and a document confirming the rights of the child's legal guardian. Documents in a foreign language will require an authorized translation into Russian. What is the deadline for registering a child with the migration authorities? There is a general rule for registration deadlines. A child must be registered within 7 business days of foreigners' arrival in Russia. Different registration deadlines apply to certain categories of foreigners. Citizens of the Republic of Belarus and highly qualified specialists may stay in Russia within registration for 90 days from the date of entry. Citizens of Armenia, Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan have 30 days from the date of entry. Citizens of Tajikistan and Uzbekistan must register within 15 days of entering the Russian Federation. According to the Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs, Moscow currently accounts for almost 9% of all Russian labor migrants. These are primarily people from Tajikistan, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. We share all important changes and news on our social media. Subscribe to stay up to date. Can a migrant child be included in the register of controlled persons? From the 5th of February 2025, a registry of controlled person has been in effect in Russia. Being included in this registry means numerous prohibitions and restrictions for migrants. Foreigners are typically blacklisted due to expired permits. Children of migrants are also included in this registry if their authorized stay in the country is not extended. If by September 10th of this year parents or other legal representatives have not taken care of extending the period of temporary stay of minor child in Russia, he is considered illegal. In this case, the migrant and his children need to leave the territory of Russia. Unless he signs a contract for military service in the armed forces of our country, this will preclude expulsion. To extend the permitted period of stay, the migrant must resubmit the documents and register the child with the migration authorities, indicating the new period of stay in Russia. Let's summarize. Foreigners arriving in Russia with migrant children must register them at their place of residence or stay. A child can only be registered at their residence and must be with one of their parents. Children's registration is not automatically renewed when their parents renew their registration. This is a separate procedure that also requires submitting a separate application and documents. Thank you for watching the video to the very end. My name is Boris Provatorov. Do you have any questions? Don't delay, write them in the comments right now and our lawyers from Roscoe will answer them for free. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay up to date, stay connected with Roscoe.